roadside to the slum. It was a dream, but now, alhamdulillah, it's a reality.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ali. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Sweden. I've been a Muslim for 11 months. I was born in a town called Gothenburg, and I grew up in a place called Backa with my two parents, my two sisters. I was going in primary school in Backa as well, and secondary school. And first of all, primary school, I went to pretty close to the area I was living. And secondary school, I was living pretty far from my place. And after that, I was probably in the age of 16, 15, then I started to hang around with bad people. And, was doing stuff I didn't want to do, but I have to do it. And, it was nothing you want to do, but, you want to get the money, it's how the streets are, you want to do business and everything, and people around me was doing bad things like selling drugs, whatever, robbing people, going to industry, stealing computers, whatever, doing all this kind of stuff, going through cars, all these bad things, you can imagine, like you see on the television, you see these people, they're robbing people, doing the bad things. This is nothing, new. This is all things that's happening all over again. So I was seeing, my friends, they were, as I said before, they were into the bad business, and they want to make the money and everything. As the time goes, you older you get, the harder the business get. But as it comes, to friends, I'm seeing my friends backstabbing each other, because of the money, and they're seeing, this guy makes more money than I do, and of course they want to have the attention, a reputation, whatever, be feared and everything. So yeah. Of course, my parents were very worried. Of course, my mother, she could not, being asleep on the nights because she was thinking, what I'm doing on the nights, I'm outside and doing bad stuff and everything, She was thinking, maybe my son is, go with these guys. Of course, I was not doing all this kind of stuff, of course not. But, as I said, my friends, they were into this business more than I do, They were more, more bad boys than I was, They were trying to, get the reputation, want to be feared and everything, This was the goal for them, but my goal was not that. I was, I was a confused little boy at that time. I was wanna, have a friendship and everything. Wanna be in the, group with everything. Being accepted as a man. Understand? But as the time being goes, you can't live like that. You have to, when it comes to, someone come up to you, saying, well, what's up? You wanna have a, you wanna fight, whatever. You have to stand up for yourself. Yeah, basically I went in my boxing club and I met an old ex-gang member, and we clicked, and we talked and everything, and he was giving my number, he was giving his number, and we, I called him, we talked and everything, he was very friendly and everything. But after a while, he said to me, you want to make money? I said, sure, it's hard times, and I thought, I can make some money, I can get some coins in the pocket. So I thought, why not? So the guy, he called me and we met, we talked and everything, But this was not for long, it was just a small thing. But the thing was, it was the guy, was a very friendly guy, as I said before. But the guy, as I said, he was an ex-gang member, and he was making money. He was making very much money, and as it comes, he's. I was hanging around with him, he was, very friendly for a while, but after a while, you saw him, getting more paranoid, was using more drugs, the more money he made, the more paranoid you get. So, after a while, he was starting to use drugs, normal days, like every time he wake up, he was using it for coffee, whatever, it's like, it became normal, like breakfast or something, I thought, subhanallah, is this really, is this guy is really, he's doing it every day, I can't believe this. But anyway, you carry on, the guy, we met, but as it comes, the guy was starting to get more paranoid 24/7. I could not leave the house with any weapons, whatever, it was, people were having beef on him, because he was making a lot of money, and after a while, he was going to, we were going to a place, and we were there for a while. We had used some cocaine, whatever, and the day was not going well, and I saw, the guy was going, very paranoid and everything, So basically, after a while, he was like, he took up the gun, and got nuts. I don't know what happened to him, He pointed the gun at me and aimed it to me, saying, starting to scream at me, everything, I thought, what's this guy doing, This guy is very, 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 very rough at the moment, and I thought, how can he be like that? He's very, very friendly and everything. And after a while, I thought, what's this guy doing? I can't be around this guy if he's gonna carry on like this, and if he's gonna carry on with the drugs and everything. I'll probably get killed if this guy is gonna continue like this. So basically, at that day, we carry on to probably 6 a.m. in the morning. The guy told me, come out with the weapons. He's going around in the woods and everything. He's still paranoid. I don't know what's happening around with the guy. And he's going around with the weapons. He's saying the cops are out there, he's still, I don't know, they used a lot of drugs. So the drugs was, messed up his mind. And he was carrying on, going around the woods, saying, come out, I know you're out there, you can't hide, I know you're out there. So you can't understand. He was like, we were there for 2 hours, going around, the guy was, I don't know, he was another dimension or something. So basically after 2 hours I went home. I thought, subhanAllah, this guy is not my friend, he's just, making money, he's getting paranoid. So yeah, after the problem, as I said, we didn't talk that much, I was, leaving the guy alone, I didn't want to be around him because something bad happened to me afterwards, and I'm thinking, what's the purpose of life, what I'm doing here, am I around here, just to do bad things, I'm a human being, I have a good life, I want to have a good life, I want to have a purpose of my life, I want to have peace in my mind, everything, So basically a friend talked to me about Islam, he was, he was not that good, but still he was talking about, he was encouraging me to Islam and everything. He was telling me about, Quran saying and everything. So yeah, I was starting to read about Quran, Islam, as I'm saying, and Quran and everything, what's Islam about, because as you see in the television, people talk, Islam is bad and everything, so, I gave it a chance, and, you see, as I saw, it's nothing bad about it, it's alhamdulillah. Yeah, basically I started to read about it more and more, and as time being, I think it was like, I can't remember, but it took some time before, the Shahada and everything, but I gave it a chance, I was reading about it, listening to lectures and everything, just trying to, understand what's Islam about, even to, hear, what's the, Sheikh telling about, Western part, they were telling, people just consuming, they have no life, they have nothing, as I, feeling, this is true, we are not doing any, I was like, I felt like, this is true, I don't do nothing in my life. I'm just sitting here living, don't have any job, nothing, and, as I say, about the criminality, it's not good, so I thought, I was looking into what the Sheikh said, people consuming, they're drinking alcohol, they're doing this and that, smoking cigarettes, whatever, and I'm saying to myself, what kind of world do I want to grow up to, what kind of society want I live up, so yeah, after that, it was like, yeah, I went to Sheikh with my friend in a place called Biskopsgården in Friskväderstorget, and we went there, and I had a lot of questions, but I didn't know how to begin the question, so I said to the Sheikh, begin to talk, and as he was talking, he answered all my questions, about, girls, whatever, all this kind of stuff, how society works in this time, and how God are, and how Allah is, everything. Basically, as I talked to the Sheikh, he was saying all these questions and everything, I was, after that, as he answered all my questions, I went home, I tell the guys, give me some time just to read about more about Islam, they give me some books about the Prophet, and, about Quran and everything, I was reading about it, I was listening to more lectures and everything, I get, they, really boost, I was feeling, and, it was like, I was feeling, now I got the purpose in my life, I was starting to feel, this is what I want to live for, this is, yeah. So after a while I went back to my friends and said, it's the time, I want to become a Muslim, because I don't want to spend my time more, wasting it, So alhamdulillah, I took the Shahada after, I think, after I talked to the Sheikh, like probably 8 months or something, but because I just want to give my more time, to know about Islam, know what I'm giving into, so alhamdulillah.
Now you've become a Muslim. How has Islam changed your life?
Well, it changed my life in many parts, in terms of not drinking anymore, not using drugs, not smoking cigarettes, all of these kind of bad things, going to the club and don't listen to music, don't watching movies, just reading, studying and everything, try to exercise, everything. Before, as I said before, in Islam, I was probably weighing 54 kilos, and now, alhamdulillah, I weighed 70 kilos. Thanks to Islam, I gained a lot of kilos because before, as I said, with the drugs and everything, it was not good. And, I gained a lot of kilos, Islam encouraged me to train, take care of my body and everything, before I smoked a lot, And the salat, subhanallah, you can't be more happier to thank Allah every day. He gave me your life, He gave me my life back every time. And I've done all this bad stuff. I can't be more happier than Allah, every time I wake up, for Fajr, Allah give me my life back. He's saying, you have a better life, you have a chance to make a better life for you this time. So alhamdulillah, Islam has changed my life in many parts. When it comes to my parents, alhamdulillah, I obey them much more, my sisters, I have better manners, akhlaq, whatever, it's all of these kind of things, Muslims should have, So alhamdulillah, everything is much better, alhamdulillah.
What advice have you got to non-Muslims regarding Islam?
For the non-Muslims, I got advice that is, don't read the newspaper, don't watch TV, don't listen to radio, don't listen to what people are saying, because Allah, He gave you an eye, He gave you ears, He gave you a heart, He gave you a mind. So what? You can't read a book. So go to whatever country you're from, just take a book. The Quran is in all language. You can read it in English, Chinese, whatever, but just read it and look up to it, because you can judge it by your own mind. Don't judge it by other people. That's my advice to you for the non-Muslims. I want to thank Roadside to Islam for putting me on this show. För muslimer i Sverige som vill lära sig mer om din och helt enkelt bara bli en bättre muslim och lära sig om vem Allah är och allt detta. Jag tycker ni borde komma till Mellanöstern, studera, komma hit, höra adhan, ha moské i varje hörne, ha halalkött överallt, alla de här sakerna som vi inte har i Sverige. Och att kunna ha sheikh eller män som har hur mycket kunskap som helst och lära sig av de här personerna. Alhamdulillah, sen jag kommit hit, jag lärde mig hur mycket som helst. Jag tror första gången jag kom hit, jag kunde ingen arabiska, ingenting sånt här. Och nu jag kan läsa Koran, allting, göra hifz, allting, och jag kan mest läsa arabiska, allt detta. Men det tack vare Allah. Allah gav mig den här chansen, så ni borde komma hit. Assalamu alaikum.